How's it going? It's Ron Good. I'm here with the legendary promoter, Bob Arum. How's it going?
Real terrific. When I get back, you know, I'm a New Yorker, even though I live in Vegas and spend some time in Los Angeles. When push comes to shove, as you can tell from my accent, I'm a New Yorker, born and bred in New York.
So, with this Terrence Crawford fight coming up in Madison Square Garden, you know, pay-per-view, how well do you think this fight is going to do?
Well, you know, we are fortunate and blessed that we have the biggest megaphone in sports helping us promote this fight, and that's ESPN. So anytime you put on any ESPN, any one of their channels, there it is. They're promoting Terrence Crawford, Amir Khan, and all these great young fighters on the undercard. So with the help of ESPN, I think we're going to do numbers on the pay-per-view which are going to astonish everybody. Because what you're seeing is the new way to promote boxing.
Absolutely. And one of the big fights that, you know, Terrence Crawford's been in ties with, there's been a phrase that's been going, call Al. You know, tell Bob Arum to call Al. You know, with that being said, we've heard that you've been speaking, saying that you would love to make the Arum Spence fight. Granted, Crawford gets past Amir Khan. How adamant are you guys looking to make that the next fight?
I think the adjective is not adamant. We want to make the next fight. I promised that I would call Al Heyman Tuesday or Wednesday after this fight if we find that Terrence Crawford is successful in defeating Amir Khan, who's really in the best shape of his career. But if that occurs, I have promised the public that I will talk to Al Heyman and see if we could put that fight together for later this year.
Absolutely. And by any chance that if Errol Spence doesn't make the commitment or chooses to fight, does Keith Thurman or Sean Porter, the other champions in that division, interest Terrence Crawford in you guys?
Not necessarily to the same extent. I mean, Porter is a lovely guy. He was in Manny's training camp, but I don't look at him as an elite fighter. But again, I hope it doesn't get to that. There are other fighters around, welterweights around, but right now, the elite fighter with PBC is Errol Spence, and that's the guy that we'd like to have in with Terrence Crawford later this year.
And I wanted to switch gears to other fighters. Carl Frampton, what is the likelihood of him and Oscar Valdez meeting up and having a big fight?
That's one of the reasons we signed Carl Frampton, was that we could make a major fight with him against Oscar Valdez. I would love to see that fight. I mean, I think it would be a terrific, terrific attraction. And if I have anything to do with it, it's going to happen later this year.
Absolutely. And then with a big fight on the undercard of Terrence Crawford is Shakur Stevenson against Christopher Diaz. It's a fight that a lot of the fight fans are just like amazed that it's put together. If Shakur gets past Christopher Diaz, where does he go from here?
Well, you know, the sky's the limit. I got two guys who I hope don't get ahead of their skis, as they say. I mean, two guys that I can't hold back. They want to fight, you know, tomorrow for a championship. And one of them is Teofimo Lopez. The other is Shakur Stevenson. You know, I can only do so much. Our matchmakers are not really happy with Shakur fighting Christopher Diaz because they feel that Diaz is a big step up. Now, Shakur, and I have great respect for Coach K and for Shakur's grandfather, Wally Moses, they think he's ready. So if there's always that issue, I always side with what the fighter wants to do.
Absolutely. And then I just want to touch bases on Lomachenko. The likelihood of him fighting over in the UK, he's been speaking about the interest of that.
I would love for Loma's next fight to be in the UK, and hopefully we're trying to arrange that.
Okay, and the Mikey Garcia fight, is that a possibility? Or
well, Mikey, we don't know if Mikey can come down or wants to come down to 135.
Okay.
You know, when you go up to 147, your whole body changes, and it becomes more difficult to fight at a lower weight.
Is Richard Comey the opponent of choice then for Lomachenko?
Well, we'll see. If he fights in the UK, there's a great, also a gold medalist, Olympic gold medalist, named Luke Campbell. That would be a great opponent.
And my very last question, I'll let you go. The Tyson Fury situation with Deontay Wilder and Anthony Joshua. If Anthony Joshua and Deontay Wilder doesn't come in terms, would you guys be in the works of making a fight with Anthony Joshua?
Anthony Joshua was out of the picture because he fights in the United States on Dazn, and he fights in the UK where you can't monetize the U.S. pay-per-view. The big fight early next year, which will set records on pay-per-view, will be Tyson Fury against Deontay Wilder. And I just hope that the other guys are going to promote Wilder to the extent we're going to promote Tyson Fury. And that's the fight I'm looking forward to.
If you enjoyed the video, feel free to hit the like, subscribe, and share. As always, if you want to support us to the next level, head over to the patreon.com/ThaBoxingVoice. We have tons of exclusive from Border Wars, entitled betting shows. The list goes on and on and on. But in addition to that, if you guys have questions for fighters, trainers, and promoters, this is where you can submit them. We will run out, get these questions answered, and put it back on the show just for you guys. Appreciate it. Peace.